Hello everyone. I'm going to talk to you about a little thing we call price versus performance when you're buying computer parts. Obviously, the more you spend, the better item you get. So for an example here, let's say we're talking about CPUs. I'm going to show you on the website in just a minute, but first I want to show you this curve. It's not normally very linear. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to draw you a little curve here as best I can with my mouse. When you first start out, when you start looking for items and you look for the let's say you're looking for the cheapest one, you also don't have that much performance. As the curve starts out, I should say, as performance goes up, the price goes up, but it doesn't go up in a straight line. It goes up like this. You're buying a little bit better performance, a little bit better performance. The price starts going up a little bit. But then at some point you start saying you really want a lot more performance. You really want a lot more performance. And then you're going for like the best darn thing you can get, and this curve really shoots up like you can't believe. So basically, if you buy a low-end CPU, yeah, you don't spend a whole lot of money down here, but you're also not getting a lot of performance. When you go over to this part of the curve, all right, you're starting to spend a little bit of money, but you're getting a lot more performance. You start going over to this part of the curve, and although you're getting some more performance, your price is starting to go up. And a decent amount now, the price is starting to go up. And then when you say, gee, I even want a little bit more performance, and you just go over just a little bit, your price starts shooting up really high. Okay? And if you remember from math class, slope of a line, so if we take a little slope here and we were to draw a triangle, we're getting this much performance for that much more price. On this one, we're getting this much more performance, but look how much more the price is going up. And then on this one, we're only getting this much more performance, and our price is shooting way up. Okay? So most people prefer to go in this area right here, because once you start passing that, the price goes really up, and it becomes rather prohibitive. Down over here is good too, because you got a whole lot of performance, and you didn't spend a whole lot of money. Down here isn't so good. Why? Well, you didn't spend a lot of money, but your computer is pretty stinky, and you can't do anything the way you really want to. So you got this one over here. This one over here is good. The other two, too much money, too little performance. Okay, so somewhere in here is your sweet spot. That's where you want to be. Okay, now let's get rid of this and go back to the website I was talking about. So on this website, which is Tiger Direct, I'm on CPUs, desktop Intel, which is what we talked about all first cycle. And you basically have 4 sockets right now. 2013, you have LGA 1156. There's only one processor available. That was when they came up with the next generation Pentium 4 processors. That was the socket they used. Then they said, ooh, this is a big seller. Let's go to second generation of the next generation, and that was the LGA 1155. Why one less pin? Don't really know, but that's what they did. The third generation also uses this. The fourth generation uses the new LGA 1150 socket, so there's 5 less pins. Notice that the LGA 1155 has the most available CPUs. What does that tell you? It's the most common, so it's in that, probably is going to be in that sweet spot of your price versus performance curve. And within that, we can look also at the processors that are there and the prices. And this 2000 LGA 2011, that's specifically for your high-end i7 CPUs, and that's that performance price performance curve where you're really going almost vertical. Okay, so let's look at this LGA 1155. You'll see that. And I got it sorted price low to high. We got some here that are only $38. They're single core, not multi-core, not dual core, not quad core. It's a single core, and the speed is only 1.6 gigahertz. This could be for your like little netbook type of computers. Okay, not a lot of performance, obviously. Not something you're going to want to play games on for certain. And as I scroll down, you can see the prices are going up. You know, a few dollars here, a few dollars there. Not drastically. If I go to the second page, you'll see, whoa, it went from 130 to 170. Well, now we're getting into our quad core, so we're starting to get on that little bit of a swoop up on the curve. Okay? And then you start getting into the 200s and up to the 300s and then above 300. So then that becomes maybe not too prohibitively expensive, but this one right here and this one over here, you're getting pretty pricey. So if you go to the middle page, I would say that you're most likely going to pick something like this. And I'll show you the workhorse right now of the industry is probably this one right here. The i5 3570K is probably the most popular CPU right now in 2013 terms. Probably going to fall by the wayside soon because this is a third generation and the fourth generations are out. And then there's also the i7s, which are only $70 more. So, I mean, it all depends. But this one has been considered the workhorse. Now, just to let you see, if we go back and we choose that, if I can find it, oh, go back again. Maybe we'll do this. Get rid of the LGA 1155. Uncheck that. There we go. We want the LGA 2011, and that's not like the year 2011, that's just how many pins. You can see they start at 265, and these are the ones that are at the top of that curve, where you start spending $1,000 just for the processor. And because you're buying a really fancy processor, you need fancier RAM, fancier motherboard, so you're talking about a system easily over $2,000. So this is the things most people aren't going to be able to afford. Okay, so that's why we're going to stay away from the super expensive stuff, the super cheap stuff, and try and get something in the middle. And remember that price versus performance curve. We want to get inside that sweet spot. Okay, thank you.